Damn, it's my first time fucking using this shit like this. Am I using this shit right? I don't even know if I'm using this right. Yo, what's up, dude? Fucking live used to look so much different than this. Like it used to look so much different. I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to see the chat. I was like, they fucking moved everything around, and man, when I had like no subscribers, I was able to go live, and then literally until like last fucking like month, I wouldn't let me go live. It's like I don't know if they changed your fucking parameters or what, but it would not let me go live. It just said learn more, and I was like, the fuck, I can't go live. I got a lot of subscribers now, and now I can't go live. What the fuck? Yeah, I think that's my connection because I thought it was I thought it was like my phone or my headphones and shit. Because even when I do reactions, my audio blotches out every once in a while here and there. And when I'm doing the reaction, I thought it was actually I thought it was the old microphone I had, and then I got a new microphone, a much more expensive one, and it does the same shit. It doesn't matter if I use the headphones. Maybe it's my computer. I don't fucking know, but it still does it. It's fucking annoying as shit. But that's where I got my idea to work in all the glitchy special effects and shit into all my videos. So I figure I'm like I might as well make something out of it. No, 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 no. Everybody's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping in the house, bro. So the other bathroom is over through the bedroom. Somebody's sleeping in there. Mm, 3 people in there. Man, nah. But you USA, bro. I didn't know you was subscribed. I didn't know you was subscribed to me. Oh, hey, what's up, gray eyed Joel? Oh, you're awesome. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I appreciate the freaking link drop, man. I didn't expect that because I was like, yo, I kept kind of hoping Playboy would do it because honestly, I was one of the few reaction channels who like what a while back I made a video. Uh, I made a video about Tom McDonald being fake and stuff, and I found Playboy through 4G Auto Blow, and I seen they made a track together, and I was like, "Damn, Playboy's fucking pretty awesome." I never knew this guy existed. And then I seen his Silent Majority video. There him and Dozer's Silent Majority video, and I was like, "Holy shit, man! These guys are actually shadow banned. Like you're not shadow banned if you're getting put on trending. You're not shadow banned. That's not how that shit works." So and I was like, "Holy shit, man!" When I look up like reactions to his stuff, there's like maybe two reaction channels doing reactions to his shit, and I'm like, "Yeah, nah, they need more exposure. They need more exposure." And at the time, I don't think I had that many subscribers. I think I had like maybe 800 subscribers when I did reactions to their stuff, and I was like, "Nah, man, we gotta build this shit together, bro. We gotta build this shit together." Enjoy. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't listened to some of their older street soldier stuff because I don't know, it's just not my style. I don't know why their sound has definitely changed. Uh, it just wasn't my style listening to some of their older stuff. Some of their newer stuff from like a couple of years ago, I was like, damn, see, I like this. I like this. You know? Yeah. Oh, Am I able to get some? I'm on the phone. Like 45 years. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about the stuff that I seen of theirs that was further, like that's the stuff that I didn't care for was like much older than that, like fucking 6, 7 years ago. Um, yeah, damn. I wonder if how the hell did he do where you can get somebody to come up on a panel? Did he do that with was he doing that through Streamlabs? How did he do that? Because I'm on the phone. So let me see. Probably. I don't know. Would you want to get on here and talk with me, or you don't want to be in the you'd prefer to not be on camera? I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably shut your camera off, but yeah, that's what I that's what I figured. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you good, but nah, man, that'd be really fucking cool. I want to get out. I want to start doing lives and shit. Because I don't know. That's how I found. Oh man, appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Listen, I got a lot of I got a lot of interest in StreamYard. Okay, StreamYard. Okay, and then hit YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I could have gone on. I could have got on earlier, but I wasn't. I don't really have. I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I wouldn't have been able to get on any when I was out. So I was just kind of on there for a few minutes because I was at the mall. But I was with family. I didn't have time to get on, so I could have because he was like, "Hey man, you want to come up?" And I'm like, "Damn, I do, but I can't right now. Fuck, awful timing." you know. But notice that I did notice that you left, and then I literally left probably 5 minutes after that. I was like, "Yeah, I gotta get out of here too. Fuck, I gotta go. I gotta go. I shouldn't even be on here right now." But I opened up YouTube to see if I had anything new, and I seen live on his page. I'm like, "Oh shit, he's live! Damn, I gotta see this for a minute." Um, so, dude, because I don't know if you've seen any of my older stuff. Gray Eyed Jewel, hey, listen, thank you for popping over for real. Much respect to you. I appreciate that. Have yourself a good night. Um, so I write sci-fi, and I actually have well, I have videos I made a few years ago. I appreciate it. I like your name, by the way. That's really cool. Very creative. Um, so so I have videos that I'm about to start. Well, posting once I finish them. I don't know if you ever seen like Lighthouse Horror and stuff. They're actually like story videos, like to listen to in the background when you're bored and shit like that. Uh, I've been working on making videos like that uh, for a while because I've been writing sci-fi for a freaking really long time, probably like 2 years now, dude. I'm working on a book that I'm almost done with. So I'm gonna start adapting some of those stories to YouTube because the last time I put one up, I got authentically without fucking doing anything to it, I got over 200 views on it, and that's really old. Like it's way down in my freaking inbox. Inbox. It's way down in my videos because after that I started doing reactions because I'm like, well, I don't want to just do that because I got a lot of energy, I got a lot of personality. I want to do something with that too. So for a while I struggled with what do I want to do with my channel? Do I want to just do reactions? Do I want to just do fucking do I want to just do like story videos? Nah, that's too stale. I want to be able to jump to all the shit that I feel like doing. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do reactions first. I'll get big doing reactions first, which has been working. And because this, believe it or not, it's timing. If you convince yourself, if you convince yourself you know when to make a move, you will start making the moves when you need to, instinctually. Yeah, I just started really thinking about, I'm just kind of doing reactions to anything right now. And that's not entirely really, going anywhere all the time, because some of my stuff is like, you know, it'll explode, and then like, holy shit, some of it will fucking explode. Oh well, I do my best to not be fucking the same. Believe me. Like when the first thing that helped my channel take off, bro, was I literally VOB. I did VOB reactions because somebody asked me to do a VOB reaction. I got 500 subscribers from one fucking video. I was like, yo, what the fuck? 500 subscribers. And then I did another one, and those videos always get over 1,000 views. Them and Bandmaids, I got like 200 subscribers from the first video and like 300 from the second video. And then Baby Metal, I got like freaking 200 subscribers from that. Anytime I put any three of those people up, I'll get like 100 subscribers from them. They have like huge fucking fan base. And you know what's crazy? Several of those people who have come in, they know who Upchurch is. And they're fans of him too, because I'll mention their stuff and they'll randomly pop through and be like, hey man, I like Upchurch too. I know who he is. It's fucking hilarious. Knoxville does. Oh, you saw? Isn't he? Isn't he the rapper guy? Isn't he a rapper too? Knox Hill. Isn't he a rapper too? I thought he was a rapper too. Like he's a music producer or something. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, him and Crypt. Although I don't really, I've heard a lot of Crypt. I don't really watch him. Two for probably. Oh damn! I think I found him in 2020. Upchurch. I didn't like a lot of his older stuff. A lot of his older stuff I thought it wasn't buffed out. Like, it wasn't buffed out enough at all. Um, but I was like, I kind of like the tune is catchy. I kind of like I like the lyrics are really fucking good. That's so wow. And then he just kept getting better and kept getting better and kept getting better, and I was like, wow, this guy's pretty fucking awesome. But what kept me around was not just his music. What kept me around was that he builds rapport. He's the only. Notice how he's one of the few people who's built his own audience, but he does shit that nobody else does. Even the other ones the music industry motherfuckers who are pretending to be independent, they don't build rapport with their audience really. They just will randomly put shit up on social media and stuff a lot of times. They don't constantly get online to talk to their fans, to let their fans know about their deed. They don't get online to vent to their fans about what's going on. They don't get on there to let them know what's going on. They don't get on there to let their fans, you know what I'm saying? He's the only freaking musician that I've seen, and the reason his fan base is so strong is because he builds so much rapport with his audience, and I've never seen other musicians ever do that. And that's why Creek Squad is like technically superior as a group. It really is, because he really yeah, you're right. Crypt is kind of annoying. He's kind of annoying when he's rapping. I mean, I like the way he raps, but he is kind of annoying when he raps. I couldn't. The only rapper on YouTube before like Upchurch and all the other independent guys ever existed, because I knew about FJ Outlaw, but he didn't have too much music. George Eminem. Eminem? Did he church fucking through fucking they dissed each other? Wow, this is if that's true, this is something I didn't know about. I didn't know that. I know Tom McDonald said some shit about him, and then he mentioned he said some shit back without name dropping him. But yeah, I know it's my connection. I'll repeat what I said though. I did. Oh shit. Okay, I thought he was talking about. Okay, so that's a different guy. Okay, so he's probably talking about the other guy, not the actual Eminem. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, Eminem? What the fuck? Holy shit. That's pretty interesting. If you got his attention. Holy shit. Is my audio still cutting out? Damn, man. What the hell? My Wi-Fi is like right there in the room. What the fuck's going on? Which Eminem was it? Yeah, yeah. It's because I'm live. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell's going on. But that was I don't know. Like I was saying, that's why he's got such a strong fan base because you know he's constantly Eminem Blue Jeans. I think that that wasn't Eminem. That was Screwface Gene. Screwface Gene. Screwface Gene had freaking poked fun. I don't know. Remember what he did, but he poked at fucking Upchurch for being a Trump fan, and he released two diss tracks on Screwface Gene, and Screwface Gene, I think he stopped rapping. He fucking stopped rapping, dude. He was done. He stopped rapping. You know who I would like to see Ryan Upchurch go up against, or or Playboy the Beast. I would like to see them go up against Kid. I would like to see them go up against Kid or Cloud9. I'm, dude. I have Cloud9's phone number. I'm still bugging him. I'm trying. I'm like, dude, you said you was gonna make a diss track like forever ago. Originally, he was gonna make a diss track on both Ryan and fucking Adam, but he wants to work with them both. I'm like, but still, it would be entertaining. They would find it entertaining. They would probably shoot a shot back at you. And I don't know. It just never happened. He moved out to Arizona, and he's Uh, yeah. Well, no, he said he was going to do it anyway. He was going to drop a diss on somebody anyway, and I'm like, well, why don't you, pick some of the big players who are dropping diss tracks right now? He's like, I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I got friends on both sides telling me not to go after the other guy, and I'm like, well, who do you think you should go after? He's like, I don't fucking know. I kind of want to work with them both, and I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, either way, if you're fucking, if you're good with it, they're going to be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he is. He is pretty fucking. He is pretty good, especially the last like four tracks that they've made. The last four tracks that they've made have been really fucking good. Fuck, that Alkalite has made helped them make. Um, like for example, this is what's crazy. Uh, Mercules is signed to Def Jam Records. Now, okay, so he signed to Def Jam Records, and I don't know what kind of contract he has, but that's one of them big. Oh, with Death Row, that's right. But dude, you ain't doing nothing in your music career without their fucking approval, and usually they ain't going to let you, go after some quote nobody. You know what I'm saying? Who they would consider if you're not in the industry, if you're not in the freaking label that you're a nobody, you wouldn't go after them or wouldn't even get the okay to do so. So the fact that he jumped in was very surprising to me. I was like, fucking Hercules actually jumped in? What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. I didn't expect that shit. And he's got ties back with I don't know if he still has it, but he's got ties back with the Freemason rappers, the Army of Pharaohs, fucking self-titled and Apathy out of New York. So, well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess it all depends on the record label because I know if it was certain record labels, you're not. I mean, you basically have an on-stage contract with them, which basically means not on the actual stage, but anytime you're out in person, you're on stage. So there's a particular persona you have to present. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it depends on the deal. Yeah, that's true. Nice meeting you, Boris. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, I guess yeah, you're right. It depends on the deal because I keep thinking everybody's like Sony because Sony is very fucking very very fucking you know fucking you're theirs. You belong to them. You know it's you know what happened to Michael Jackson? Fucking damn. They suckered him out of millions of dollars. Fucking billions. That's true. But bro, uh, you know my fucking he joined Death Row around what? Around what time? Wait, I saw him say he joined them roughly around about the same time. Because my chat is actually coming up a few seconds after. Like the chat is universally behind the video. I know he made merch on. Did he really? Oh, I mean that's interesting. That's interesting to know. That's interesting to know. And that would make sense because like I said, a lot of when you're making when you're making like it depend yeah it depends on the contract but usually if you're making waves with another like rapper that's not part of the industry or part of a different label, you usually got to get their fucking approval first. But did okay, yeah, you're right. It depends on the contract because did Hosier did he get the okay from Empire before he dropped a diss track on Adam? And if Adam signed, he got an approval for that? Like, who fucking knows? Probably not. Probably didn't care. He probably just assumed it was some YouTube stuff, and they don't really care about that. A lot of them think that any exposure is good exposure too, which is one thing that Cloud9's always telling me. He's like, dude, it's all everybody. Everybody fucking runs for clout. Uh, that's what the fucking that's what getting a name out there is, and then at the same time, fucking no publicity is bad publicity. If it keeps people's names in your mouth, you know, fucking publicity keeps them talking about you. So, because he said that at one point when he made the diss track against Screwface, not Screwface, but when he made the diss track against uh, No Life Shack, he said people were constantly in his video comments talking shit. Oh, how dare you diss No Life Shack? How dare you diss No Life Shack? And he was just like, I don't fucking care, bro. He goes, he told me he was going to do something, and then he never did it. So I dropped the diss track on his ass. I don't care. Fuck him. I don't honestly. I I don't know how so many people can follow him because I don't think he reacts enough. That motherfucker has the same reaction for absolutely everything that I've ever seen him watch, and I've tried to watch him multiple times. And I'm just like, how do people find this guy? How do people find Queso funny? How do people find these people funny? They have like no fucking reaction at all. They're like, it's like, what the fuck? Like I can see why people like Blasphemous HD or Dashy or fucking PewDiePie because they're actually funny. Well, PewDiePie's changed a lot, but yeah, it's like I tried watching some of. I tried watch some of a lot of the really big ones, like big gaming ones. Like you ever heard of Soup? Soup. Go look up freaking Soup or Dallas Soup. It's the same guy. One of them is a meme channel where they review memes and stuff, and the other one is a gaming channel. This motherfucker is hilarious, and he follows up church too. Because I got him on Instagram. I mean, I follow him on Instagram, and he is fucking hysterical, dude. He is one of the hands down funniest fucking YouTubers. I've been following him for like 4 years now. He is fucking hysterical. That dude knows how to make anything funny, and he's like the biggest fucking gaming troll there is. And he's also a musician. He's got a band. I don't really care for his music, but he's got a rock band, and evidently that's what he does for work. Aside from being a YouTuber, he's a musician who gets shows and gigs all the time. And I didn't even know that because he doesn't put any of that inside. His band's name is Slackjaw. Yeah, yeah, you good. Um, but his band's name is Slackjaw, and so this dude makes videos. He was just making it for fun originally, and if you see, this is the thing that I've done research on a lot of these big channels, bro. One thing I've noticed with all of them is the channels that have like no emotional reaction. You got to know when to overreact because sometimes the overreact, like for example, some of my overreactions that I look for in my reaction videos, there will be a spike in the video's retention, which means that people kept going back to that point to rewatch that. So, you know, yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. It's just, man, watch it right now. This is not entertaining. How do people find this entertaining? I don't understand it. But it's probably just because of my mind. In my mind, being entertaining is being entertaining. In my mind, being entertaining is not sitting there like this. Oh, that's not entertainment to me. That's boring. That's fucking boring. Yeah, yeah. You got to know when to go up here and then when to bring it down. You can't just go out of fucking control. Like that. Look at Dashy. Look at Soup. Look at fucking Blasphemous HD. Well, Blasphemous HD had a great fall. His shit used to be funny. I unsubbed from him a while ago because I don't know. He stopped giving a shit. Even though he's got a few million subscribers, he stopped really caring about making his videos entertaining. This motherfucker just reacts. Now he just reacts only to like Family Guy shit. And I'm like, I was never really a big Family Guy fan, so I'm not interested. And that's all you're uploading. So I'm good. So Yeah, you gotta learn when to dip your toes into that. Be a little bit extra sometimes, and then be back to normal. You know, that's what I try to do in some of my videos. Like honestly, I try to make my reaction videos, especially if I'm doing a reaction video, not just not just just me. Wow, that's weird. You know what I'm saying. I try to make it actually entertaining because I write, so I feel like I should add something. You know what I'm saying. So that's why I've been concocting this facade with my videos lately that have been coming out to kind of try to make it look like, for example, the videos are like maybe not real, like they're like even me, like I could be like AI or some shit like that. Trying to I have a channel lore, like I have my channel actually has a lore, to where it's like it's real but it's maybe fake at the same time. And dude, and coming up soon, I'm going to be doing a reaction to kind of like push this a little bit, which is a channel I found on YouTube here. It's called Always Wednesday. Well, for one, if you do a reaction, I mean, since you don't want to show your face, because you like to, like to be, what do you call it? You like to be, keep your privacy. You could always wear a cool mask. You could always like wear a cool fucking mask and change your voice and shit and do a reaction like that. That might be fucking pretty cool. Like, you just, man, I don't know, and fucking call it something like The Ghost Reacts or Mr. Nobody Reacts or fucking Faceless Reacts or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a catchy, weird name, like a Crusaders. It'll be like a catchy, weird name because if you use a catchy, bizarre name, people will be like, "What the fuck is that?" And they'll click. They're more likely to click. So, uh, yeah. Uh, so it's like, damn, because I have a co-host that I created. It's literally just an image that I did a moving overlay over, and I changed the voice. I'm gonna have him start coming into my videos. Not to mention, I have a buddy who does voices like professionally, and he's gonna start coming into my videos as characters, bro. It's gonna be my videos are about to fucking. I'm about to do a lot of freaking creative shit with my videos because this ain't just this is turning into ZStudios. This is not just gonna be MrZReacts anymore. Most of the shit. Oh well, I'm happy. I'm happy to know that you. I'm happy to know that most people don't think my channel is trash then, because I actually really enjoy this shit. Like I really enjoy this. Like to me, this isn't just something I do because I'm bored. Like I really enjoy this shit, and because I enjoy it, I'm always trying to find a way to make it more entertaining and more interesting. I jumped off the topic a lot. Uh, with the whole I there's a channel on YouTube that has been running live for probably over a month, and it is literally I don't know if you know what the hell's her name that just played Wednesday in that TV show. She just played Wednesday in the TV show. That forget her fucking name, but the black haired girl who just also played Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega. Her and the blonde girl that plays Enid. Her and the blonde girl that plays Enid in the show Wednesday. There is a channel that is AI. It's only AI, and it is both of them, and it's called Wednesday. It's called Always Wednesday or something like that. And bro, it is it's them, but it's AI. It's just them doing random, normal, random, personal shit in like their house, like they're drawing something or they're fucking cleaning the room or they're it's literally 24/7 live footage of two fake characters impersonating two real people. But it's just AI and it's so fucking bizarre. It looks as real as I do. It looks real. It's crazy. I found it the other day because I was look I was looking into that show and then all of a sudden I found it on YouTube and I was like, what the hell is this? Is this actually them? And then when you go down into it and it says it's fake or he has to call it fake Ortega because YouTube has a very big policy on that now. When you upload a video, it asks you, it says, is this AI? If it's AI, you have to put that it's AI, or they could take your channel down if they find out immediately. Because you cannot misrepresent somebody. It's part of the. You cannot misrepresent somebody by saying this is someone, dude. There is a whole Baron Trump. Baron Trump has an album on YouTube that was AI made, and it's him singing. It's a whole fucking album. It's crazy. I found that shit. Well, actually, my mom found it. My mom found it. She was like, "Did you see Baron Trump has an album?" And I'm like, "I found that channel. That is not him. That is all AI." And she goes, "That's AI?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that is all AI. AI made all that." And she's like, "That is fucking scary. I'm unsubscribing. That's scary." Yeah, it sounds just like him. It sounds just like him. Dude, and it is and it's not and the AI is not even it's not even fucking fake anymore. Like it looks real. You can't tell it apart from anything fake. You can't tell it apart. It looks real now. It is now 4D just like us. So now like for example, I would never be. I was always those people, when people, violent video games make people violent. I was never one of those people who was like, yeah, I agree. I was like, I was a kid. I played Grand Theft Auto. I knew it was a game. That didn't make me go out and want to do all that shit. It's a video game. I knew the difference because I had common sense. But a lot of kids nowadays, they don't have any common sense installed in their brain. So they do whatever the fuck they see the games and the television shows doing. But for a game that would look as real as this, there has to be some kind of age limit or something because this you're moving into 4D now. It's going to look real. So you're going to have a different experience with it than you're going to have with a 3D or a 2D image. You're going to have a real experience with it. You're going to actually believe what you're seeing. And now you're going to actually be gaining experience, and it's going to change your perception on reality because of what you're doing. You're technically, if it's 4D and you can tell it and you can't tell that it's real and it looks real, you technically are training your brain to be whatever it is you're actually being as the character of the game. And that's going to be a fucking nightmare. Because imagine a freaking video game where you're like, imagine Call of Duty or imagine a video game like Grand Theft Auto in 4D. Then you will have a lot of people out on the streets doing exactly what they're doing in the game. Because they're not going to literally, subconsciously, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. They're going to be training themselves to subconsciously react. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a totally different story. If it looks as real as us, I'm all for putting limits on it. That's too far. That's too far. You would subconsciously not even be able to tell between reality, and you would just start reacting like, I don't know what happened. Just like in a video game. It's just like in Grand Theft Auto. Okay, regular Grand Theft Auto, no big deal. But 4D Grand Theft Auto, I just decided to stab that pedestrian over there. But you really just stabbed somebody and you killed them. And then they're in the courtroom like this. Because they subconsciously can't tell the difference, so the trigger kicked in and they did it. No, I think kids. Yeah, that's fucking true. Well, yeah, that's true too. Well, it depends on like I said, it depends on the area because yeah, they could be doing a lot worse stuff. Yeah, yeah. Oh no. Trust me, I'm not saying it is the game's fault. I'm saying that if it becomes 4D video games, you subconsciously won't be able to tell the difference because it looks real. So you won't consciously see people have this conception that we have all this willpower. A lot of times we don't. A lot of times we subconsciously make ourselves believe we have willpower when in fact our what the fuck is it called? Our pattern is driving us. Our innate beliefs are driving us, and then they make us think that we have. Well, I'm not saying willpower doesn't exist because it does, but you can feel the difference when when you can feel your urge want to do something, and your willpower goes nah, or vice versa. Your willpower has more control. Your pattern, your instinct, if it has more control over your willpower, you won't want to do something, and you'll do it anyway. That's your instinct overriding your willpower. So, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No? Okay. I I must have messed my headphones up, itching my ear too close to the freaking sensor. Um, so what's I talking about? Oh, okay. So, for example, like this, this is why you can convince people that they thought of something, and magicians and mentalists and propagandists, and they've all mastered this shit. Even old religion mastered this shit. Repetition of information, telling people that they are something, they become it mentally. And this is why if you can control, even if you're, dude, you could be a small few. If you're a small few, you can control the masses if you know how the masses can, run. So there's going to be a handful of people with strong enough willpower to go, I don't care if everybody is for that. I'm against it because it's wrong. But you know, uh, just like for example, the easiest way to tell that I've learned whether willpower or instinct is in control is like I was saying before, is if you feel the urge to do something, but then you can control that and be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Or your instinct is control whenever you feel the urge to do something and part of you tells you not to do it and you go, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So it's, but I don't think I'd explain that second one right. I think um, like if you know something's wrong, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you, but your urge wants you to do it. That's the difference, you know? And a lot of people think that the urge is willpower. And a lot of people think that the urge is willpower. It's not willpower. It's instinct. That instinct is programmable. People program people's instinct. So, like, oh, I chose to be this. Like, you know, with the LGBT crap, I chose to be this. I chose to be that. No, you didn't. Somebody made you believe you chose it, so you would fight for it, and that's the goal. They want you to fight for it because that's what they're promoting. Because that that helps their population control agenda. That's why they're pushing it. So does, you know what I'm saying? Well, here's another thing. Once something becomes real, the world around us is nothing but a fucking ocean of energy, frequencies. It's not a physical, tangible thing like people think it is. So once you believe something, you will now find physical proof to back it up. When you start believing anything, you will start finding physical proof to actually push forward what you believe. You'll start just randomly finding it here and there because the world conforms to what you believe. And it's fucking crazy. You ever seen the double slit fraction experiment, dude? On they have it on YouTube. It was part of a documentary called "What the Bleep Do We Know?" And part of uh, part of it was where they took, yeah, part of it was they took, there was, okay, so say for example you see the door here, right? They have a wall here. Can you hear me? My headphones just died. Okay, hold on. All right. You can hear me, right? Okay. So say this door, say it's a wall. Now they put on top of this, they put another wall here and another smaller wall here. And what they do is they put a little particle gun and they aim it. Oh wait, so there's one small wall in front of the big wall, and the small wall has two slits in it. And they take a particle gun and they fire particles through, like, say for example, the left slit. And they're expecting, because they're firing it through the left slit, that it's going to leave a line down the back of the wall. It's going to leave the one line. And instead, it leaves a pattern. And instead, it touches every part of the wall behind it completely, which shouldn't be fucking possible. And then they try to shoot it through the right, and it does the same thing. And then when they put a camera down there, to watch it, all of a sudden it goes through one. And when they take the camera away, it goes everywhere. When they put the camera back, it goes through one. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, we're every time we try to observe it, it does something totally different. And then there's even experiments where, depending on the scientist, it does different shit. And it's insane. It's very fucking interesting because that's the world.
So imagine, because this shit happens to people, this shit's happened to me. Imagine, imagine there's been days where you're walking around or you notice something that's different. You notice that it's different. You can't fully put your put your mind on what's different about it, but you know it's different, and you're the only one that notices because something about your mind changed overnight, and it changed something in your reality changed a little bit. You noticed it instinctually because it's different now, but nobody else notices. It's always been that way for them, and that shit's happened to me so many times. It's happened to me so many times. It's so fucking weird. But then again, I've been playing with these kind of ideas for like fucking 20 years. Particle, it doesn't do anything. But when you do, it does. Yeah. It's like empty space. Well, yeah. Yeah, you may not be the only one who notices, but you're the only one to bring it up. Like, there's all kinds of stories of people having stuff change in their reality and they noticed, but nobody else noticed. And I kind of believed it, but then I brought it up, and I've had my family members tell me it. They're like, wow, it's really weird that you bring that up because that happened to me. And then I've had it happen to me where shit has changed around me the next day, and then nobody noticed, but I noticed. It's sometimes it was small things, but other times it was big things, like shit changed colors. And I'm the only one who noticed. And that it blew my fucking mind. So, yeah, yeah. For example, my mom, a while back, or like probably like 8 to 10 years ago now, when I was living in Melbourne, we were coming out of a movie theater, but I went to use the bathroom, and she walked outside, and she said, "I walked out the doors, and you were in the bathroom, and I was gonna go walk to the car." And she goes, and when I walked through the door, I got the weirdest feeling. The weirdest feeling. She's like I wasn't in the same place anymore, like I was somewhere different. She goes, I can't really explain it, but it felt like I wasn't in the same place. It was so weird. And she goes, and there were people sitting out in the parking lot, like a lady with a bunch of kids, and high school kids, age kids, and they were hanging out outside, and she couldn't find her she couldn't find her car, and it's late at night. It's like 12, it's like 11 o'clock at night because it's the last showing. So the only cars that were in the parking lot should have been ours and that other person's who's sitting out there with her kids. And there's nobody out there except for the lady with her kids. She said the vibe in the air felt different. She goes, the parking lot even looked a little bit different. And she goes, and our car was gone. She said, I walked the parking lot twice. I could not find the car. And she got really, she's like, I got this really weird feeling that, that I wasn't in the right place. So she went to walk back up to the doors, and she walked back in the door, and I was coming out of the bathroom, and I remember this shit too after thinking about it. She walked up to me, she goes, I just got this really weird feeling. I can't really explain it. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know. I just got this really weird feeling. And then we both walked outside, and the car was parked where it was. And that lady with her kids and the car was gone. And now, I know how it sounds, but maybe they got in their car in 8 seconds and drove off. But it sounds like she walked into another place and then came back in and was back at the place we were originally at, and then walked back outside. It sounds like she slipped into a different reality for a minute. And that shit's never happened to me. But I know people after bringing this subject up that has happened to. I know people that has happened to, that I've brought this up, and they're like, man, it's really fucking weird that you bring that up because I had this really crazy shit that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Dude, imagine this crazy ass scenario where you go to bed tonight and you wake up and one of the family members that you lost for years is alive now. And they've always been alive. They haven't been dead for 4 years. And they're living in the house with you. How the hell would you react to that? How crazy would that be? Because there's supposedly a lady that this happened to, that she woke up and her sister, who had been dead for 6 years, was alive. And that when her parents called her and said, "Are you coming to see your sister this weekend?" She was like, "Haha, very funny. That's not, haha," but, didn't make a big deal out of it because she thought they were trying to make light of a serious situation. Come to find out, she shows up, her sister's really alive. And she about freaked the fuck out because her sister had been dead for like 6 years. Dude, imagine, but think about it like this. If the double slit fraction experiment is true, those particles in that experiment are what everything is made out of. What if you change shit in your head and all of a sudden, poof, your reality changes here and there? And now I do have to say that I had a dream about my brother who passed, but they're not where I am now. Well, that depends. Well, again, it wouldn't be the same brother. It would be a different one from a different reality. Maybe he's very much the same, but it still wouldn't be the same one. Like, there's other versions of you out there. There's other versions of you here in this reality because DNA is on repeat. People look identical to each other. And he even has some of the similar mannerisms and shit. But, like, could you... Well, it's not really just could you imagine, because I've tested some of this shit. Have you ever heard of Koji Kiri? It's Kujikiri. It's a document that I found like probably not 6 years ago, about 10 years ago. So this document actually, in the document, it tells you, first of all, not to use anything you're about to learn against anybody because your karma will destroy you. And two, because once the doors that you open are opened, you will just be destroyed by your karma. So to only use this for the benefit of yourself, non-selfishly, and non-selfishly for your fellow man or family. Probably way more. So get this shit. In the document, it says you can create a symbol that represents anything. And doing this particular process, which I've done, it's a long process. Believe me, it's a disciplined process. If you don't do it regularly, it will not fucking work. Nothing will happen. But if you do it the way it's supposed to be done, you will get a response from the universe that will blow your head will melt. Like, your brain will melt. You'll be like, what the fuck? Okay, so my first messing with Koji Kiri, I did the technique the way it says to do it, because Koji Kiri was made by monks originally, Shaolin monks, but then was preserved by Japanese ninjas. And the Japanese ninjas used it to kill people, which is why it's said that so many of them turned into demons, because many of them probably did, because you turn into something less than human when you start messing with that shit and using it to hurt people. This is what creates Wendigos and werewolves and all that shit from legend and lore. This is them using occultism to hurt people, and the karma, because all those doors are open, comes back to you and turns you into a literal monster. So That's more along the lines of concentration techniques, which you can actually, I've done this shit too. You can actually, if you were to light a candle and focus on it without taking your attention mentally off that candle for 2 minutes straight, and you do this regularly, over and over again, you can actually use your this is literally making your mind stronger. This building your concentration is like working out for your body. It makes your mind very sharp, very clear, very strong. And you'll also notice that you'll catch on to shit. You'll notice things that you didn't notice before because your mind is sharp now. And when you get to a certain point, you have to be careful what you think about, because you'll start to notice that shit. Boom, you just thought about it, now it's here. You if you do concentration techniques, you have to meditate or you will fucking regret it, like I have. You can't if you have a mind that's out of control, that instinct kicks in every once in a while, you will create a lot of darkness. You'll create a lot of darkness for yourself. I know, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience. I've done it. And I made the mistake of not meditating while doing it, and therefore all my dark shit happened. So, all of it. It was fucking nuts. And once I gained control over it, doing affirmations for a whole several months straight and fucking meditation, it all went away. It's gone. It went away. But, because I had to course correct. But, okay, so, I used the technique to create a symbol. I'm not even kidding, based on an image. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do something impossible. I found an image of a woman online, and I was like, I'm gonna create a symbol that represents a woman that looks just like her. So, I drew the symbol in midair like you're supposed to. You focus on the symbol with your mind. You feel it you feel the feeling of the symbol, and you hold that feeling for 15 minutes straight, and then you let it go. I did this shit for 4 days. 4 days, bro. I did this for 4 days, every day. I was at my house and I suddenly got the feeling, man, I want to go to the movies all of a sudden. Damn, I want to go to the movies. I got up. I went to the movies. Didn't know why I wanted to go to the movies. I went to the movies, though. I went to the movies. I shit you not. The woman was there, standing in line at the concession stand. Same color hair. She was even wearing the same shit that she was in the image that I used for the symbol. My jaw was on the floor like this was a cartoon show. I was in shock. Like, I was legit in shock. I actually went outside and I was like, bro, what the fuck? No, this knowledge isn't classified. The people who are at the top of the pyramid know this shit, and they use it for their own gain and against us, and this is why. Yeah, but at the time, I was a nervous teenager, and I'm first coming across this shit, and then I couldn't fucking, yeah, I should have. I don't know. At the time, I was terrified of women, honestly. I'm not anymore, but I was at the time. I was like, man, I'm kind of scared to go fucking talk to her. Holy shit. Like she was, dude, I had never seen anybody with white blonde hair ever since I was in high school. So I'm like, I'm going to do something impossible. And that's the image I chose. And when I tell you, she even was wearing the exact same shit. And when she turned around, she had almost an identical face to the image that I used for the symbol. My mind was exploded. I was like, that shit worked. And then I've done it for other shit too. Like I've done it to change my physicality to a point. It fucking works like this. And what most people don't realize is that you and me and everybody else, we use this stuff against ourselves on a regular basis. We talk ourselves down on a regular basis because we're taught to talk ourselves down. And we don't need to be doing that. We need to be talking ourselves up. This is, dude, like, dude, even Logan Paul talked about this shit. Like, I've never had very much respect for the Paul brothers, but even Logan Paul had a video about this shit. Like, he had a video where he broke his fucking leg when he was in football. And he broke his leg, and his mom, he was depressed. Like, his mom said, and his mom told him to write down everything that he wanted to be and to only think about that, and don't think about what's depressing you. Don't think about that at all. Kick it all out of your head. Focus on only what you want to be. And he even pulls the paper out, which is a really old looking freaking raggedy old piece of paper that's got 1,000 folds in it. And he's showing it, and he's like, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, like 100 times on there. I'm the best at this, the best at that, the best at this. I understand he didn't become the best at everything, but look at his luck. When you do this, when technically, you repeating something emotionally, mentally, to yourself or to somebody else is a spell. You're either charming yourself or charming someone else, or you're casting a curse on yourself or somebody else. What you say about yourself and what you say about others creates an energy field around your body. When you do the same thing with your mind, the way you think has a frequency. When you do the same thing with your feelings and your heart, that's the most powerful, because that's where your subconscious is. When you do all three of these against yourself or against somebody else, you're cursing yourself double. This is why some of the most successful people can't see anybody as their enemies. Because, oh, why though? Oh shit. Why would that have happened? Well, do you still think it's around you? Because you can technically use your energy to get rid of it. Technically, something like that can't attach to you unless you have the right energy field. If your energy field is low enough for something like that to attach to you, that's how it stays attached. If you raise your energy, that energy can't keep up with you. It fucking goes away. If your energy is raised and you change parts of, like, usually when something's attached to you like that, there's a part of your mind that it stays attached to, or a part of your heart that it stays attached to, and that's how it's able to stay attached to you, because things can't attach to you unless you allow them to. So if you said things sometimes. If you did, say for example, so if you go to bed listening to high frequency sounds or energy, this will push your energy field into a higher frequency, which will kill whatever's attached to you, because it can't stay attached to you when you raise. It's a lower frequency, and because it's a lower frequency, you have to stay on the lower frequency for it to stay attached to you. If you raise up to a higher frequency, it can't follow you. It's low frequency. And then when you remain there, it can never touch you again. And this is why a lot of people can't send things after devoted and righteous religious people, because their energy is so high, nothing can attach to them, nothing can harm them, nothing can hurt them. They're technically energetically untouchable. Times 22 report as I go to sleep. Oh, times 22 report. Who's that? I don't know who that is. On Rumble, I used to listen to Coast to. Oh, okay. So you you like a lot of the sci-fi stuff too. I fucking love that shit. I've always been into that shit. SCP, all that. I've always been into all that. That's kind of what inspired me to make some. Oh man, YouTube banning all the good shit. Come on, man. Come on, YouTube. But so you can detach that. You can detach whatever it is from you. It's not that it's possible. It can be done. So whatever is there stays there because your energy that it's attached to is holding it. Believe me, these things are cleverly designed. They're designed to where they make you think that you have no control when you do. You have control over your entire energy field. You have control, not anybody else. You do. And when most people understand that, you could detach a lot of shit from you. And a lot of powers don't want that. Commercialized religion doesn't want that. There's certain groups and circles of people don't want that. They want to control your mind, your heart, and your body. So, but you can take all that back. It's not impossible. And I'm gonna start making videos about this shit because I think people deserve to know some of this shit. And I really do think that teaching some of this shit might help free some people from their own shit that they got going on against themselves. Because another thing that I've noticed is the people online with like the law of attraction stuff, which is real and does work. But then they always corrupt it with, oh, if you're having a hard time with this, if you're having a hard time with it, you could just pay me to teach you. Motherfucker, are you serious? How about you just teach people in one particular way to help them get out of their own way so that you can actually help like you really say you're helping. You say you're helping, but you're not really helping. You're just helping yourself and trying to make money off it. If like these gurus about this shit are like, oh, you can make whatever money you want, but I can make $1 million next week, and you can use this. You can use it for that because people like the Rockefellers and the Morgans have done it. You can use it like that. It does work. But why are you charging people for that? If you can easily get that kind of money, why are you charging people for it? That's kind of really sketchy. That's really sketchy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always I look up a guy named Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard, because that dude wanted no money from you. He wanted to teach you, if you were willing to learn, how to get out of your own way and control your own world. And about how a lot of the bad shit that's happening in your life is coming from your own uncontrolled thoughts. If you're allowing your instinctual mind to control your reality, you're gonna be in a lot of places you don't want to be. So if you're allowing it to control you, you're along for the ride. You're not in charge of the wheel. So you're spinning out of control at times. So look up Neville Goddard if you're going to look up anybody, because he basically claims that our imagination is the closest thing to God that any man could ever come to. The closest thing to the creative, all positive, all loving force that we have in our body aside from our heart is our imagination. And I believe that because some of the most creative people on this planet are also some of the most loving people on this planet. So it's crazy, because if you're going to look into him, he gives it all to you for free. He actually recorded most of his audiobooks with intentions for them to go up for free at one point. The most time he made money was from they would pay him to come speak, and then he would write books. That's how he made his money. He didn't. Yep, Neville. but the last name is correct. Neville. Yes. But this man was literally helping hundreds of people, and I've used some of his other techniques and they've worked. They work for like fucking anything too. Like you constantly put inside your head, whether you see it in reality, you basically don't believe what you're seeing, because what you're seeing is what is being created out of your thoughts and feelings you've already felt in the past. So if you keep going off of what is seen, you doom yourself to recreate the same thing over and over again. So if you were to stop right now and decide, in my head, I'm going to see me being here. I've done this to get jobs. I've gotten 4 jobs from this shit. Exactly the exact same job that I wanted in my head. I've gotten the job 4 times. It blew my fucking mind. I'm using this to build my YouTube channel right now. In my head, I'm constantly seeing my channel being big. I stopped running ads a week ago, and I got 85 subscribers still, even though I haven't uploaded anything that's gotten me subscribers. People are just still subscribing. This shit works. And I'm going to start sharing this information with other people, because I don't believe that anybody should stay down. I don't. I believe this shit should be taught in school. I believe this. Okay, make a list. Make a list of 10 things that you would want in a job. How do you interact with the people there? How do your fellow staff react to you? How much does it pay? How much does it pay? What are the clientele like? Now imagine everything that you would want in it and put that all in the list. And now read the list 3 times a day, every fucking day. You will start to notice that you'll get subconsciously pushed in a different direction, because now your subconscious is on it. It's intuitively going to push you towards that now. That's why a person who has no clear mind can't go nowhere. Because if you have a clear mind about something, there's nothing, and nobody can stop you from getting there. If you have a confused mind about something, you're never going to go anywhere. And that's why this world is aimed so much to confuse us. Because it doesn't want... People who can think like them are dangerous. They don't want competition. But if you rise to the top, nobody can touch you. Dude, hey, congratulations. I rarely drink myself. Oh, hold on. My phone's gonna die. Give me a second. I gotta pull my phone. Okay, I'm back. My phone was gonna die. I just looked and it's at 4%. It's gonna die. It's gonna fucking die. Hold on. Let me drop the brightness and shit so it'll stop trying to die. Anyway, like I was saying, what's up? Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? Well, we got 2 whole people in here. What? Damn, standing room only, right? Listen. Oh shit. Okay, so you can use visualization. Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Welcome back. You can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay. You can use visualization, but it takes longer. It could take probably a month to longer than that for it to work, because I've tested all this shit. And this is what I'm going to make video. I'm going to start making some videos about this. Visualization could take about a month to work, because it all depends on how much you feel it in here. If you don't feel it in here, it ain't gonna fucking work. It don't matter if if you do a visualization and you feel it if you feel it very realistically, that shit could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. I've done that shit. It works. It all depends. People are like, oh, what works? Affirmations, lists, visualization. All of it works. But it all depends on how quickly you can clearly feel the feeling inside your heart. If you can't feel it in here, it ain't gonna happen. It'll take 1,000,000 years, because unless you can feel it, it don't fucking happen. This is why I went throughout the day. If you're talking about, and I need to stop doing this shit too. If you're talking shit about your day, about how bad it sucks, you're creating it for tomorrow. You're doing it. You're casting it. Speaking and feeling and thinking are a form of magical casting. We do it to ourselves all the time, and we do it to other people, and other people do it to themselves. And this is why some of the most successful people, this is why they don't do that. They don't talk like this. They don't do this. They don't do these kinds of things, because they know it'll work against them. All of a sudden their business will fall. You know what I'm saying? So when I was doing testing on like visualization, I've visualized small things happening before. Like I'd write down a script of what I wanted to happen. I've tested it for 30 days. Didn't really feel it that strongly, but it happened 30 days later. I've done visualizations that have happened in a month, and I've done ones that have happened in a week. I've even done ones that happened the very same day. And then I would stop to think, what was the difference? What made the one that happened in a day? What made that one happen in one day, in the same day, as opposed to the one that took a fucking month? Oh, the one that took a day, the same day to freaking happen, was when I was at that stage where I was doing meditation, where I was just sitting in my room, just relaxing, clearing my head, and just emptying my mind, just breathing, focusing on my breathing. And I noticed that after I was doing this, it drastically brought up my concentration. And then all of a sudden I noticed that whenever I read that script that I wrote, that little short script, it happened the same fucking day. It happened the same day. Like I suddenly got the feeling to get up and go to the store. Fucking, I ran into some chick that I ended up being with for like fucking 2 months. And at the time I wanted a longer relationship, because all I kept finding was shallow women, but that was the shit I kept telling myself in my head. So that's what I kept finding. So I ran into her at the store, and I ended up being with her for a while, a couple months. And it was so weird, the interaction, because she knew I was going to ask her out. And then at the same time, she was like, there was something really different about like your energy. Like you're really oddly different than like anybody else I've ever come across. And the amount of like editing that I've done on my energy, I've gotten used to hearing that, because certain people keep telling me this, and it's I'm getting to the point where I'm like, holy shit, like people are noticing, and they don't even fucking realize that I'm doing work on my own energy field, and people are noticing. And it's fucking crazy. You can do the same shit for yourself, because anytime you have like a feeling about something, or a thought about something, or you say something about something, you're creating it over and over and over and over again. You're creating it. So this is why you gotta kind of have control over what you say, what you think, and what you feel about something. And this is why when you're wanting to create your own like something to happen in your life, it's not good to give your attention to shit you don't want. You don't give your attention to shit you don't want because you're gonna start seeing it. And probably people see that sometimes, but they don't see it. Well, people people haven't people haven't been taught to focus on the non logical. So if something's not logical to you, you tend to pay it no attention, even if it's constantly jumping up in your head and constantly making itself aware. Everything in this reality is both explainable and completely fucking unexplainable at the same time. Oh, we can explain that. Yeah, and then you also can't explain it because how the fuck is that possible? How is this possible? You create a system to say something's possible, but then beyond that system, it's impossible. How the fuck did that exist? You know what I'm saying? I'm not actually trying to do that for me either. Oh, well, you don't have to, but technically, everybody does. You're doing it anyway. This is what caused me to start taking control over it. Is that I came to the realization that I'm doing it regardless. I'm just, if I'm not trying to control it, or if I'm not trying to, because you can't control it, if I'm not guiding it in my way or in the way of like my family, then it's working against me. My instinct is controlling it instead, and then it's working against me because then my paranoia is actually creating it. And you don't want your paranoia creating shit for you because you're going to create a nightmare in your life. It's it's crazy. It's not something that you can jump in or out of. You're in it. You are linked in. You're linked into reality around you. You're linked into it. You can't get out of it. Dude, even the CIA released a document on this shit. Even the CIA released a document on the law of attraction, on creating the hemisync and, you know, merging the two halves of the brain together to fucking control. Dude, in part of the document, it even warns you not to try to force things to happen. You could literally fall out of reality. Like, it actually says that in the document. You could fall out of reality. I'm like, fall out of reality? What the fucking kind of tests were you doing? What, like falling through the map of a video game? Holy shit, dude. How the hell? How'd you come to that conclusion? What the fuck? You could, if you try to force it to happen, you could fall out of reality. What? Well, I was never gonna go that far, but thanks for fucking... Lord only knows what poor soul you put through that. If they even agreed to do the testing. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy. But... it's a bug. That's a bug in life. Whoops, I was just walking and suddenly I fell out of reality. I fell out of reality. I don't know what happened. I fell out and suddenly I was at a coffee shop down the street. I was like, hey, while I'm here, can I get a... Hey, where'd you just come from? You know what? I don't know. I swear to God, I was just 4 miles down the street. I don't know how I got here. I don't fucking know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this, believe it or not, there's too much evidence behind this kind of shit for it to be fake. And at the same time, everyone believes in the conspiracy groups like the Illuminati and all that shit. They all use this. They all run off of things like the Cabal. They run off of things, the Kabbalah. They run off of things like what the fuck, chaos magic. They run off of things like, they run off of these kinds of things. This shit, some of them even use Mijutsu, which is the Koji Kiri thing I was telling you about, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major symbols in it. And the 6 major symbols are the Jewish star, the cross, the swastika, the pentagon. The pentagon is a magical seal symbol, the pentagon. And there's another one that's it's the pyramid, and then there's also the 5-pointed star, the in like paganism. These are all actual symbols of like casting energy mentally, and these people use this shit to build their own companies. Like they use these symbols to build their companies, to drive energy into their company to build it. And on top of that, you have, if you, man, if only I could, if I could find it, I'm gonna bring this into my video series on this shit. A man named Greg Braden, who was talking about harmonics and how sound frequency. Well, yeah. Each symbol is technically a frequency. It represents a frequency. For example, the sun cross is actually a frequency. The Star of David, the fucking swastika. What's the real swastika? Not the one that's tilted. The one that's straight. Not the tilted one. And then the pentagon and the 5-pointed star. Those are all actual symbols, and they're also symbols that are found in harmonics, which is there's a video a while back of Greg Braden, if you've ever heard of him. He was he had this huge long like 6-hour talk online, if I could ever fucking find even parts of it. But it was about God, what the fuck is it called? There's a particular cymatics, where Greg Braden, yes, Gregg, named cymatics, and cymatics is he on video ran frequency sound through sand, literal sand particles. He ran a frequency through sound particles, and the sand particles started forming complex seals, structures, patterns. Like they were I'm not even kidding, they were literally forming seals that looked like magic seals out of like anime. I'm not like, they were just forming hexagons, fucking iron crosses, fucking crosses, swastika, pentagon. They were forming all of this shit. And each time the frequency would go up, the pattern would get more and more, the pattern in the sand would get more and more and more complex. Like it would go from 1 pattern to 2 patterns to 3 patterns to 4 patterns to 5 patterns, all inside themselves. It was the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen. And this is the same thing has been found out again by a writer and a photographer out of Japan named Dr. Masaru Emoto, who would take water particle. He would take water, and he would speak positive things to the water, or he would say negative things to the water and then freeze it. And it would eat, and then whenever he would microscopically look at the water that was blessed or talked good about or said I loved you or thank you to it, it would have this beautiful complex snowflake structure. And the one that was cussed at, or yes, cymatics, it's the frequency, it's what we mean in our heart when we say it that causes the curse or the charm to spread to whatever we're talking to. If you, on a daily basis, the way you talk or the way you think or the way you feel, you're cursing or you're charming the things around you. And people are not taught this shit. Even our religions don't teach this. It's insane. Like, this is something we should know. Like, we should know our energy does this to ourselves and other things around us. And why is it not being taught to us? Why is it only being taught in the new age stuff? Oh, I've already started working on a video. I have to start finding some of the other clips so that I can kind of back up what I'm saying, but I think I'm going to just make a video on it in general tomorrow. Because I've been talking with some YouTubers about cymatics, like, you know, the Tartarian YouTubers like Hasmuth and the mysterious Mr. S, about some of this stuff. Like the old world buildings used to be all about cymatics. They were all about frequency. And then all of a sudden, overnight, we lost all that knowledge. It just disappeared. And then John D. Rockefeller created the global standard tuning. Global standard tuning. To control the frequency of music instruments. Lowering their frequency. You know who doesn't have his frequency lowered? Ryan Upchurch. He purposely, he knows about all this shit. He purposely has, this is another reason why I back him. He purposely has all his instruments raised to a higher tune frequency. And this is another reason why people like listening to his stuff, because it gives off a more fragrant, positive feeling in the vibe when they're listening to it. It doesn't sound like it's bringing your energy down. It sounds like it's bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed the aura of his music is different than a lot of other people? I've heard about music and them changing. Yeah, it's the global standard tuning started by John D. Rockefeller, which has founded a lot of things that haven't been very good for the world. But because, you know, he uses this information against us, so, and for his own little group. So this is why I said the only way to, we can't fight these people, because if you fight them, they win. You can't fight them. You have to just basically take control over your own life, and then they can't control you anymore. The only shackles they have on people are the shackles that people allow them to keep. It's the old symbolism of this is the whole myth that vampires and demons can't enter your house unless you allow them to. It's in all of our lore, it's in all of our movies, it's in a lot of our TV shows, it's in our stories from a long time ago. They can't enter unless you let them in. They can be crafty in trying to trick you into letting them in, but they ultimately can't come in unless you open the door for them. And this same thing goes with the upper portions, where they try to give you ideas that you don't need, that don't help you. They just confuse you. You could tell who's out to help you, because a true leader who's out to help you is going to give you information to free yourself, and they don't want you to follow them. A true leader does not want you to follow them. A true leader wants you to lead yourself. A true leader wants you to lead yourself. They don't want you to follow. Because they scare angels. Well, that sounds like a superstition. But then again, a lot of superstitions were built up off of a lot of lore-based concepts. Like, for example, the hijab that they wear in certain parts of Muslim culture is built behind the lore that for example, the Watchers out of the Bible, the Watchers who took female human women to mate with to create the Nephilim. Well, they would snatch them up based off of seeing their hair or their face. So that's what that was built off of. And if you look back in any Christianity, in Islam, in any shit, fucking paganism, all that. If you look at any of that, a lot of their beliefs came from before them. It's like their religion was started after. They found out about certain things, and then they were like, oh, let's try to guard against this in the future. And because humans are panicky, and most of them don't know how to lead, they know how to follow. And a lot of them blindly follow. They just immediately jump on board with it. regardless of what it is, even to the point of extremism. They'll just jump on board and just be like, yeah, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's if you create like that was created out of that. Did you know there was another form of Christianity that existed way back in way back that actually believed that Jesus was a normal person who ascended to godhood and that you could follow in his footsteps. Not that you were greater, but you could become to the same level. You can control your life. You can master. You could become close. You could become close to God, closer to God than human. They were called Arian Christians, and they were all, well, first of all, for the longest time they were undefeatable because they were very, their culture was very Viking based, and at the same time, the Catholics had a lot of control at the time, and the Catholics could not fucking beat them. They kicked the Catholics' ass every time they tried to come at them, just like the Vikings and the Celts did to the British. They had no fucking. They were stronger. It's like it didn't matter how many times you stabbed them. They kept coming at you. They were like inhuman almost. It's like they were protect people. Some of them actually believed that God was protecting them because they were like unstoppable. Like some of the stories are crazy if you could find anything about them because most of their shit's been erased just like Tartaria. It's been wiped off the face of history. The Celts were some of the closest to God. And I need to not go too far on that because I don't know. I'm gonna give it some time before I start going into that because like when Ryan Upchurch mentions the two clans, the two groups that started going to war with each other, the Christians and stuff. One of them didn't start as a Christian. They were Irish. They were Celts. The Celts and the Jewish Semites go back very far, almost to the same fucking time as each other. And for some reason, if you look back in a lot of their history, they have been at war for fucking hundreds of years. Both of them have been at war with each other for fucking ever. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, if like with the musical frequency thing, certain music, like for example, certain music can actually heal. It can heal your body because it can manipulate the water in your body and it can manipulate your cells. It can manipulate your cells. Like, dude, they have the frequency that kills cancer. This shit has been shown on video. They have the frequency that can kill cancer cells. On video, the frequency is blowing cancer cells up. It's destroying them. There's a guy on showing this. He's on what the fuck is it called? It's called Mind Motivation, I think. I'll find the video. And I'll bring that shit up too. In that, he also talks about a bridge in America somewhere that was completely built perfectly. It was followed to the very T, the way it was built. But the way the metal of the bridge was swinging in the wind was causing a frequency to come off the bridge, which caused the bridge to fall apart into pieces. And they had no idea why this fucking bridge fell apart. It shouldn't have fallen apart. The sound that the bridge was making was causing the bridge to fall to pieces because the sound was shaking the bridge to fall apart. It's fucking, dude, sound harmonics is just everywhere. It's impossible. You cannot avoid it. It's even in the Bible, dude. What came? The Word came and made the world. The frequency, sound, is fucking life-giving. It's fucking crazy. Like, how many times have you heard a song that is a really uplifting beat or a really uplifting song, and when you hear it, you feel really happy, versus the ones that have controlled frequency tamers built into the frequency, and you listen to it and you feel really sad, and it's almost like you can't get out of it after you've listened to the song. It's like you're stuck in it now, because low frequency is imprisoning. It's imprisoning. It prisons you inside your energy. It's a lower frequency, and high frequencies are freeing. It's all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of, when you're in a high frequency state of mind, nothing could bother you. You're untouchable. Everything that you have all these ideas, and all of a sudden you want to do them all. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. There's sound frequency waves are in everything, dude. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna start talking about this shit more, because I've always wanted to make videos about this because I know a lot about this shit. I've done a lot of tests on a lot of this shit. I think it's time to start doing some videos on it, because yeah, a lot of his beats are very uplifting. Yeah, a lot of his stuff is very freeing, very energetically freeing. You could tell. Breaking Benjamin for me is another one, because even if the band is talking about something sad, it's like the energy for some reason just built into the song. It's just like, I don't know, it's like it's freeing. It's like something about the song is freeing. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you know what I mean. But I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna do a reaction to Mysterious Mr. S, because he's about to release some stuff on Sound Harmonics too. I've been talking to him through email, and my theory about the way some of these buildings were built, about the way some of these buildings were built a long time ago, is I think that they had lasers. I think that a long time ago, just like they had sound wave technology, cymatics, they had laser technology that could cut. Now I have evidence of this shit too, that I'm gonna show, that they could cut. Like, for example, go on your web browser right now and look up. Go on your web browser real quick and look up temple built, carved, these exact words, temple carved into the side of a mountain, and watch all the images that pop up. Watch all the images that pop up of buildings that were perfectly carved into the side of a rock formation that they can't understand how the hell that was built there. Lasers, bro. Lasers carved that shit perfectly. Now go up and look a laser carving into, for advertisement. Look up laser carving image or brand into a rock. It's the same fucking shit. It's the same thing. It perfectly carves and rounds every tiny detail. People built that by hand. No, they fucking didn't. Lasers carved that shit. And our ancestors had more technology than we have right now. We're rediscovering a lot of shit that they already had. And they had shit that we don't have. Well, certain groups have it, but the rest of the population isn't allowed to see it. Yeah, it seems like they were cutting. Oh. I believe so. No, I think it was in Afghanistan. Yeah, I think it was in Afghanistan. Probably don't. But like, for example, over in a part of Siberia, about a year or two ago, they found what looked like in part of the mountains in Siberia, which is a heavily forested area. They were exploring it. They found carvings, like for example, that were carved like this, and that pattern went all the way up the mountain. All the way up the mountain. The pattern went all the way up the mountain, and they had no idea how the hell anybody even got up there to frickin' carve that. They thought it was because on the other side it just looks like jagged rock. But then when you go over to another portion of it, all of a sudden it's not just a jagged rock. There is a pattern that is literally like burned. And now if you look at when a laser carves something, it leaves no dust. It burns the image into the stone. It burns the image into it, and there's no dust. It doesn't create dust like if you were to carve it out. It burns it and burns off the dust. There is no dust left, and it leaves a perfectly shaped form. Now, this pattern that they found in Siberia, not even just in Siberia, they found this kind of shit all over the woods in America. If you look up Mind Unveiled's videos, they find temples all over the place that shouldn't exist, inside the woods, inside states. And they find some of them in Germany. They find some of them in other parts of the world that shouldn't exist. And they have no idea how the hell they got there. There's no history on it. They're just there. Where the fuck did they come from? Why is there a random temple or castle in the woods? Where the fuck did that come from? And why are they all over the place? They're just all over the place. And why, if you go back far enough in time, if you were to go to every nation right now, everyone's got different cultures. Do I believe the earth is flat? I believe it's possible, because every image that we have on the globe or other planets all comes from NASA. NASA's a liar. NASA literally means lies. NASA literally means lies. Nickelodeon literally means I don't care about God in Latin. If you look up the names of some of these organizations in other languages like Hebrew, NASA means I don't care about God. No. NASA means lies. I believe it means lies. It doesn't mean liar. It means lies. Dude, things around us, if you were to see them in English, you'd be like, what the fuck? But they don't put it in English. They put it in older languages like fucking Hebrew or Latin or fucking ancient Aramaic, or they put it in really old languages that nobody fucking really reads anymore. You know what I'm saying? That nobody really pays attention to. They put it in the language you don't really see. You know? And that's what they do. And then they put it right in your face and you don't notice it. Because that's where you're... They put it right in your face because you wouldn't expect it to be there. You wouldn't expect it to be right in your face. It's the observer effect. If you don't expect it to be there, you won't notice it. Unless you know what to look for. And that's why they don't want people knowing what to look for. So they don't... They'll let you go over here with everything. They'll let you go over there with everything. But when it comes to some of their patterns and what they do because they're ritualistic, they don't really want that getting out. Because then you know what they're going to do. And they don't like that. So, but again, we can control our own life against them. We don't have to have them ruling us. But the whole world would have to understand that. And I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Because we have so many different movements that are controlling everybody's mind. Whether it be politics or religion or anything you can think of. Not saying that it's all bad. Because there's good in everything, but there's also bad in everything. That's the problem. So, well, for example, I believe it is more of a. I believe that it is more of a. Because technically, everything around you. I don't know. I think that it's more understandable being flat, honestly, because even some of the older art about how the world is designed, the world is always shown as a flat structure with a dome over top of it. Almost like the Truman Show. It's a flat plane of existence where we're actually in control and we're the ones that are being targeted, but we don't know. We don't know that. And there's a dome over top of it, and there's a world outside the dome. Honestly, I believe that there is something beyond the polar ice caps. I believe that shit. Because when people try to go there, they're not allowed to go there. Why? When people actually try to travel, and there are parts of maps, there are so many maps where it shows a polar ice cap that's just around the whole fucking world. That's just like enclosing the continent inside this one space. Why are so many maps showing that? From different people, from different cultures, from different parts of the world, from different countries who speak different languages, and they show this fucking ice ring like around the fucking whole globe. How am I supposed to think that they're all fucking crazy? Give me a break. Like, they're not fucking stupid. They all are very different from each other. They think differently, but they've observed the same shit. Am I supposed to believe that they're all crazy and that our modern science is telling me the truth? Give me a break. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so at all. You know what I'm saying? But 12K years ago, I skipped. Yeah, and there was also more land because there was less water. A lot of cities were sunk. They've been finding cities under the water all over the world, dude. They just found one off the coast of Japan. They found one off the coast of they found a few off of the coast of Egypt. They found several off the coast of some countries in Europe. They found several of them off the coast of fucking Africa. They found cities all over the damn place that were under the water that are still there, and they have this similar looking imagery and symbology and shit that's everywhere else. That's in like Tartaria and shit. Randall Carlson. I'm gonna screenshot that so I can look him up. But imagine. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me get some water. I'm talking a lot. Let me get some water. Damn. For example, let me just tell you something real quick. How do symbols and thoughts affect your water or anything you drink or eat? When you're eating something, when you're drinking like water, now actually try this shit too. If you say thank you like to the water like a few times and drink water that you haven't said that to and drink the water that you have, you will notice a difference in the way it tastes. You can do the same shit with food. Food tastes better when you actually say thank you for it. Those literal words, feelings, thoughts are actually changing the structure of the thing you're about to eat. It's crazy how much this shit works and how we should be taught to use this in life and how we use this shit against ourselves, and we don't even, and we're led astray. We're taught to do this. And this is why out of everything that we have today, the education system is still in the dark ages. Everything is advanced. We have all these advanced phones and advanced technology. We got robots like iRobot walking the street now that look identical to iRobot, Tesla bots that look identical to iRobot, even the machine that carries them. We have all this technology, but education, we're living in the dark ages, bro. We don't know shit. And then we got people running around who act like they know everything. And you don't know any. It's the smartest people in the world know that they don't know shit. They only observe the things that they observe, and then they go, huh, I wonder how I can apply that to my life to make it better. A smart person pulls in the information and they go, how can I use this to help myself and help others? Damn, I could use this to, I could build everything around, I could build everybody up, myself around me. I could build everything. And then you have the people who don't know shit and they, I'm the best, I'm the best. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not the best. Yes, and you know you're not. That's why you try to convince yourself and everybody else that you're the best by saying it 100,000 fucking times. Because you're not the best. Because if you were, you wouldn't feel the need to express that constantly, like you're trying to lie to yourself. People who know that they're the best at something walk around like, yeah, it's great. But usually people who are the best at something are the people who love what they're doing. They don't have to convince themselves that they're best at something. They love what they're doing. They enjoy it. I love being entertaining. I love trying to add shit to my videos. I love fucking writing. I love it. I fucking actually love it. So I enjoy doing it. So I try to be as creative with it as possible. That's why I'm not 100% the same in all of the shit that I put up. Because I think that's boring. So I'm like, I gotta change it here, I gotta change it there, I gotta change it here. I gotta add a little bit of something here, add a little bit of something there. So that it's not always the same. And I do the same thing with my writing. Dude, my writing will go in so many different directions, but at the same time, it's got a core story that runs all the way down the middle of it. And yeah, dude, I've written several stories. And from what the people on Discord tell me, they really like my shit. Like, I'm actually popular in one of the servers that I'm in. Because I've never felt like a celebrity before. But when I came into my buddy's chat one time and started talking, they were like, yo, fucking dude's actually in here talking in chat. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, what? Well, what are you talking about? Oh man, dude, I'm a fucking fan of your stories that are in the fucking story channel. And I'm like, damn, really? Holy shit, I actually legit feel a little bit like a celebrity. Just a little bit. Holy shit. Like, I was flattered for real. I was like, what the fuck? That's so cool. But, dude, I'm gonna start retrofitting that shit from story to, like, because I got people waiting for it too. Because I've been telling them about it. They're, yo, I want to, listen to yours. Because I didn't think I can make it into, I didn't think I can make it into, like, stories, and, like, like, audiobooks. But then I'm like, I have listened to a lot of people, like, Lighthouse Horror and, wartime stories and bedtime stories, and they're YouTubers. They're all three of them are YouTubers. They're storytellers, except for two. One of them is an ex-veteran who tells veteran stories and dealing with the paranormal, which is fuck. What did I just say? Fucking popped right out of my fucking head. Wartime Stories. His name is Wartime Stories. and he makes stories about things that happen to soldiers from eyewitness accounts, wartime. It's called on YouTube. It's called Wartime Stories. That's his channel page name, and it's all people that have either in the military or have been in the military sharing their stories with him because he's an ex-Marine. Or then there's also Bedtime Stories, who is an English guy who covers the paranormal from all over the place. They've actually collabed back and forth a couple times. I was trying to remind you. War Stories. You were trying to remind me. What were you trying to remind me of? Because if you were reminding me, I totally missed it. I totally missed it. Oh, I get what you mean. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my man, with the cool mask. So, okay, so listen. So, there's wartime stories, bedtime stories, and then I also listen to Lighthouse Horror because the guy from Lighthouse Horror makes a lot of list stories, like 10 things. I was given a list of 10 things not to do when I worked at this new hotel. I was given a list of 7 things not to do when I worked at this gas station. Shit like that. Which, I'm going to be honest, it sounds cheesy, but a lot of the stories are actually very entertaining. And I've listened to I've listened to like every fucking one of his videos, and I'm like, dude, I could easily do this shit. This shit is fucking child's play. I could easily do this shit. This is it's just basically him. He writes a script, which I've done 100 of those. You write the script, and then you just read it out. And I'm like, yo, if you go on my YouTube page and you search up Series of Avalon on my YouTube page, you'll find 2 videos that I made. I created those symbols, the cell symbol, because I created a group called Cell, and originally it was drafted after SCP, because that's where I got the inspiration from it. Because I loved SCP. It's some of the coolest shit I ever came across. Just the interesting concept all the way around, and except for Cell is a little bit different. This is the thing. I haven't truly decided what Cell is actually for. Because in the back of my mind, I created Cell out of the idea that there's more than one. There's more than one organization. It kind of fits into the multiverse thing. There's more than one organization. Some of them are more political. Some of them deal with the paranormal. Some of them don't deal with the paranormal. Some of them just deal with science. You know what I'm saying? Like, any idea that I want to use for it, I could use it for anything. And each different cell, CEL, which is an acronym, could deal with anything, but for the most part, the main group that I was talking about dealt with the paranormal. But they could run into other versions of themselves that are more political, or more technologically advanced, or even more supernatural. Some of them may not even be human. They may be different. And so the Series of Avalon was just 2 videos that I made that were just general ideas at the time. But from that, I've grown so much, because it's not that I stopped making. From there, I got inspired to keep writing, and then I got on Discord, and I started writing on Discord, and that's when my shit started exploding. So I'm like, dude, I need to take these stories because now I can perfectly buff out my stories. In some cases, I don't even have to fucking proofread it. Like it's just perfect. I'll do a couple grammatical errors here and there, because I fucking fat finger type. I fucking fat finger it, so I fucking hit the wrong buttons and shit, and I just don't care to really fucking stop and mess with it right now, and then I forget that I made the mistake, and then I publish it, and I'm like, that's not how you spell nice. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, I made a story called Nexus Hotel about a kid who's in a different universe. Now this is going to be relatable, but nice, nice. So this story is relatable, but at the same time, it takes place in a more futuristically advanced place. Like the technology that they have in this world is like they have hover cars. This is in like a different universe. And the hotel that he's going to work for is a supernatural hotel that literally is in the middle of all universes. Like it can the hotel travels from universe to universe to universe. So there's literally a few lists of things that he has to follow during certain scenarios, but during the story, during different parts of the story that I'm going to be making this to upload to my channel, are of him being in different positions. He was originally hired for security. Now his security is unmarked, so he is security for the hotel, but he's not supposed to let anybody else know that. He instead will be given different positions. The official position of floating employee. So throughout the hotel, he will take different positions. Like he'll go. The hotel it's a supernatural hotel. It's massive. On one of the floors, there's the city. On another floor, it's a bowling alley. On another floor, it's like a restaurant. Wherever I want it to go, I will find a way to put it into words. So this is so throughout the hotel, throughout his stay at the hotel, he'll have all kinds of weird shit happen to him. He'll encounter weird fucking creatures and monsters that are trapped. Cell trapped them because they can't be killed. So Cell trapped them in the hotel by making them think and convincing them that they're better off staying there than going back to the real world. That's how Cell keeps control over them, by convincing them to stay, because their life is really good inside the hotel. And that's what the whole fucking story is basically generalized around, that concept. And I'm going to start... No, he was hired. He was hired because the hotel chooses certain people to work for it. And it's the people who don't let fear control them, the people who have courage, people who are not easy to corrupt, people who are interested in exploring. Those are the people who will suddenly get a letter or an email about being a part, their position. They have the position now if they wish to start working, and about how much it pays and all that shit, even though they never applied for the job. And the hotel is alive, dude. It's alive. So it makes them excited to want to come and see, because technically it needs them. If it doesn't have people of that energy, which it also protects, the hotel can't stay alive. Because if there's... I have something I'm going to add to that. The hotel needs that energy because what it has inside of it is very dark. If I get some random email, hey, did you apply to this job? Well, you got it. Hey, it's at the end of the road, back behind the woods. Okay, come on over here. You're hired. Yeah, I don't. All right, I'm rolling up, but I ain't rolling up alone. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit, dude. But okay, so like like for example, holy shit, I've been on here for over an hour. Holy shit, 135 minutes. Damn, bro. Wow. I don't know. I just decided to get on live for some reason. Holy shit. But okay, so like for example, the hotel. What if the hotel? See, I'm thinking of this right now. I'm adding to it. What if the hotel needs people like that because it needs to balance out the energy? It has its own energy to keep everything stable. But if someone isn't there with more positive energy to help balance out the energy, the hotel could start to change because of all the dark energy inside of it. It may become more of a malicious thing. And it knows this. So it convinces people with more positive energy because it doesn't need positive energy it's stronger. Positive energy from one person can outweigh the energy of 20 people who are negative. So it could drop out of reality. Yeah. And then everything that it's housing is loose. So it pulls in a handful of people who are really positive. They love exploring, they have imagination, they're courageous, they're uplifting, they're good people. And it pulls them in because it helps maintain its energy. And it gives them all of its power while they're there. They're protected, they have all these abilities that they gain while they're working there because it gives them the power to control it because it trusts them. Oh, you're trustworthy, you're not corruptible, you're trustworthy. It needs it. And see, I just thought of this shit off the fly because, wow, man, this shit makes more fucking sense to add that shit to it. I'm gonna fucking add that shit to the next part of it. That's a fucking great idea. I seen that too, but I didn't know that's what. I didn't know that's what. I in the back of my head, I was like, is he making a joke about like the dude who fell out of fucking reality? It could drop out of fucking reality. Yep. Oh no, I no clipped. Oh shit. Right through the floor. Fucking shit, bro. Yeah, no, I did notice that, but I didn't know. I should have known, no. I should have known. In the back of my head, I was like, I think he's making a joke about that. But I was busy running my mouth, so. God damn, bro. Oh shit. Uh-oh. We got a third person. Everybody make some room. Make some room. We got a third person in here. Make some room. Watch out. Don't step on each other's toes now. Let him pass through. Come on now, let him through. Oh shit, dude. But no, man. I'm gonna add that to my story. I'm gonna add that to it. I'm gonna start. God, see, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna in my. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna post my link to my Wattpad in my. Well, the link is already in my. The link is already in my posts. You know, my posts, my channel posts. The link is already in there. Dude, go look up go read the fucking the Nexus Hotel one. You're gonna fucking like that. That's the one I did the most work on. The other ones were just kind of small ones that I was experimenting with when I was first jumping in with this idea. The original one that I did, and then there was one. The original story that I did that was actually an actual full story that was actually long. I scared him off. Oh, shit. That was fucking originally long. was well, the second person, the second, yeah, we noticed them and they got spooked. See, a lot, you believe it or not, a lot of people like to lurk. A lot of people like to lurk because he would. That second person has been in here for over an hour, and then all of a sudden we noticed the third, and both of them left. Yeah, I think they got scared because we noticed them. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I'm loud. I got a big personality, so sometimes keeping my mouth closed is hard. What? They were like, yo, they was like this. And then I was like, hey, what's going on over there? They were like, bro, holy shit. Listen, man, do you like reading stories? Do you read stories? Short stories? Because it's a short story. It's probably like 3 pages long. But, bro, let me. You hate reading? Nah, I hate. Nah, I hate reading. Oh shit. The way you fucking, the way I imagined it, the way you said it was like fucking Dashy, where he's like, yeah, I'm playing this video game. It's just like a book, book. You know, I don't read those. And he throws the book by. He throws the book by. You know, I don't read those. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I can read short stories. I don't do fucking long ass books. I can't do it. It's too much. It gives me a fucking headache. Probably from doing this shit. Gives me a fucking headache. I mostly just like to watch videos, but I know there's a lot of people who like to read, but there's also a lot of people who don't like to read. So I was like, well, how would I get people who don't like to read to want to read my shit? Oh, I could just make short stories. And I can make them interesting enough to keep them wanting to, you do the audiobook. Yeah, I'm going to do that, the audiobook thing, because a lot of people like to listen to stories. So many people like to listen to stories. I love listening to stories. So I'm definitely doing the audiobook thing, absolutely. But I'm going to do it in episodes. So I'm going to do it in stories, and I'm probably going to do it in between, because I'm going to set those to, go up too. But I'm going to do them in between like reaction videos. I'm going to have everything on this page, but I'm going to have them in a playlist, and I'm going to put the playlist at the top of my channel so that people who just want to watch that can go right to see it at the top of my channel. So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to move it to the top of my channel and everything. Like original, it's going to be named original content because it ain't going to be copyrighted. Yeah, me too. Because God, 143 minutes. Yeah, I think this live lasted way longer than I expected it to. For real, bro. It was good chatting with you as well, man. For real. Like, it was good chatting with you. Mr. Mask Man. Have yourself a good night, dude, alright? Take care of yourself. Pretty much just you. Yeah, almost the whole time except for that one guy who was in here for fucking like an hour and a half. Who then got spooked. But yeah, man, take care of yourself. I'm gonna bounce out of here as soon as I figure out how. I don't want to fall through the map. Let me click the right button. Shit. All right. Later, man. For real, I'm gonna have to do the live again sometime soon. It's gonna happen. But you take care of yourself. Have a good night.